Welcome to SoundBsessive. Today we are going to review the HifiMan Mini Shangri-La. This is an electrostatic set which costs about $2,300 or equivalent in euro, and it's composed of the headphone and the energizer. The headphone is very light. It's made of a nanometer thin diaphragm, and it's powered by high voltages, being an electrostatic headphone such as taxis, for example. The amplifier can reach voltages in the range of about 560 to 650 volts in order to move the electrostatic diaphragms indeed. And it's made of solid state, so transistor based, and it's direct coupled, which means no transformers is in the middle. The nice thing, build quality wise, of the headphone itself is that it's extremely light, so it never weighs on the head. It's super light, both because the diaphragm itself it doesn't have the weight of an orthodynamic headphone, for example, and it's also adjustable, so for example like this, and slightly rotating for the ear cups. In terms of amplifier design, it has dual outputs. It's also compatible with Stax headphones, the modern ones, so-called Pro Bias headphones. And it has two different kind of inputs, RCA for single-handed input and XLR for balanced input. I tested this headphone with the matching amplifier, which is tuned to have a transparent and very linear frequency response. But I also tried with a compatible setup, which is made of my Past Labs speaker amplifier, which is a do-it-yourself actually model, the LFJ. With the Stax transformer, the SRD7MK2, and I tried also to derive the difference between them. And so let's start with the sound description. So they are a very linear and transparent headphone. They have a lean bass. They are mid-range focused, and treble is super extended. This is the let's say we start with the bottom line, and then we dig deeper. So the bass doesn't have the ultimate depth, and the mid bass itself is quite tight, quite linear, and doesn't bleed into the mid range. The lower mids also are again quite flat. There is a focus toward the upper mid range, which gives the headphone a very high level of transparency. The treble doesn't have any peaks. It's super detailed, super fast, and is no peaks, no dips, because it's really flat and extended. The overall feeling is that of a headphone which privileges clarity over density. The soundstage itself is extremely large, and there is a fantastic sense of instrument separation. Details emerge in a very magical way. This is very electrostatic, we could say, but there are degrees to that, and the Mini Shangri-La excels in these terms. I think they are best suited for classical music and vocal-based music, jazz as well, and also in terms of rock, the best recordings work best with them, because obviously they are very capable of underlining flows with poorly recorded music, and let's say for classical music they they really manage to render the ambience, the instruments, the layering is fantastic. As said, the separation of instrument is really great. What they miss in terms of bass quantity, they manage to recover as in terms of all the qualities related to performance, technical capabilities, and as said, detail retrieval and resolution. Imaging is super precise, it's fantastic as well. What I noticed with the classical is that while they don't have the ultimate kick that, for example, many orthodynamics can have, they still manage to render the bass impact in a capable way. I also did some comparisons, for example, with Stax SRX1, which is a much more warm headphone. It's let's say it's denser and more lower mid-range, upper bass focused, so it can work better with some genres. I think always at rock, about rock in this case, or metal as well. But the X1, for example, doesn't have the level of resolution and extension of the Mini Shangri-La. Same stands also for the L700, again a Stax model. The one I tried is somehow in the middle between the X1 and the Mini Shangri-La. So again, there is more density, more bass impact, but not the same level of creating a soundscape that's very large and that's so rich of layers and details. My conclusion for this set is that it's a very good entry point to high-end hi-fi reproduction. It has a superb level of resolution and transparency, as said, a really great capability to create ambience around you, around the listener. I also tried with, as said, with my Stax transformer and a speaker amplifier, and I felt that there were not many differences between that set, which also used to power more energy draining stuff like SR007 Stax, and this energizer which comes with the headphone. The sound signature is super similar, and the level of performance is similar as well. So what I think is that provided the good level of power that's needed by the headphone itself, it's the headphone signature which commands, and that's what I described in the previous section. What I would say is that, as I said, is very well suited for classical, for ambient music, for acoustic music, and vocal-based music. This is its main focus, in my opinion. Obviously, it depends also on the listener's taste. It definitely will work with any kind of music in terms of wanting a analytical and transparent headphone. It also shows no sibilance thanks to its fast electrostatic quality. So we have a fast resolving analytical headphone that doesn't have real peaks in terms of treble. What could be paired well with it could be a warm DAC, because for example in AMR DP777, which is a DAC using non-oversampling PCM chip, would be a very good match in order to add a slight layer of warmth, or even stuff like Lector Digicode could definitely add some density if one wants to have the best of both worlds. But otherwise, if we want simply to underline the technical qualities of this and have it serve its main purpose, which is that of a monitor and something that really gives value to space and detail, it definitely will work with any kind of source.